KaijiPub.com at Tokyo Game Show 2014. We're checking out Expand. I'm Chris. Chris is on the camera. We're with Chris and Chris. Do you have nicknames?
No, we don't. We just call each other Chris. Yeah, sorry.
Pretty stock standard, yeah. But he's CJ, I'm CL.
Oh, but that's a CJ as well.
Oh, no.
We're screwed. So, yeah, you were... I've been hearing all sorts of great things, like what to check out, and people are saying Expand. You did well at Sense of Wonder night. Yes, Sense of Wonder afternoon, really.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, tell us about the game and what it's all about.
So in Expand, you explore an abstract black and white geometric world, and we really focus on subtlety. So we slowly peel things away, open things up, and we're not really overt like most games. In the game, you play as a big square, and you move around the world, and you have to avoid being squashed or running into certain walls. So it's kind of like a response to a lot of the big flashy games that you see in like the AAA space, or even just around here at TGS.
There's only two colours in the game, black, white. One-third colour.
There's three colours.
There's three colours.
Black, white, red, and the four colours. No one expects the Spanish Revolution.
My apologies. Emphasis on less colours. Yeah. Minimal artistic style. So.
Yeah, awesome. And you mentioned there's like a lot of text in the game as well, right?
Yeah, there's text as well. I mean, what we're trying to do here is create a bit of a narrative that's expressed through some words, but mostly it's what the players feel in for themselves. Right? We're not spoon-feeding you a story. We're providing you little set pieces for you to think about different things.
Cool. So, when it comes to an event like TGS, when your game's got using lots of text for like set dressing, things like that, I mean, like, how best do you communicate your game? Especially now we're on the public day, tons of people coming up. Like, how best do you communicate your game to people that don't necessarily speak English?
In this case, we just mostly point them to the game and get them to play it. Or if we're there, we use a little bit of Japanese. But it's really just about, like, as soon as people play it for the first few minutes, it clicks straight away that this is really about the relationship between music, movement. It's about, like, smoothness. It's about being subtle. And that clicks straight away when people play. So we pretty much like move people to play the game, and that's why I've got two machines set up today.
Mm-hmm. So, like, I mean, you, other Chris, as a composer, like, what's the? I mean, talking to other composers, they have kind of different processes depending on the game. Like, yeah. I mean, how many iterations does music go through as like the game develops?
Just quickly on the different language thing, me and Chris. We talk a slightly different language, but I think over the years we've developed a working relationship and make a lot of compromise. The process does go through a fair bit of reiterations and all that. However, with music, sometimes as the creative process is very spur of the moment, creative train of thought, if you like, I often go back to fix things up in musical pieces, but if something's not working, I'll just ditch it and start again. Whereas with programming and building up a game, you'd be working on lots of different reiterations and reworking things, making them work. With music, sometimes it's easier just to stop and start again.
Right. Yeah. And the other thing that we do is like we try to work together when we can, like in the same room. Yeah. So like what happens is sometimes I'll create content before Chris does music. Sometimes Chris will create music first that influences the content. So we like to mesh both of the elements like all together. And it creates like an interesting sort of relationship as well, like a creative relationship.
Yeah. I mean, when you come to a show like this, do you sort of mentally stockpile a massive list of notes of like, oh, maybe this needs tweaking or this, how is the feedback been so far?
The feedback has been pretty good. I mean, most people are playing for about 10 minutes because we've got certain sort of cutoff points where people usually like leave the game there, it like ends like nicely. That content was played, a lot of people have played through, we've taken it to a few other conventions in Australia. So that content's pretty refined and we're pretty comfortable showing that to most people. With that said, though, we do have some newer levels in there that we'll sort of put here and there in the mix, and we're mostly looking for things that, like, we're looking to see if we're signaling things to the player. So are they getting this? Are they, do they know where to go? If not, we need to change this, tweak this. Because we're not, unlike a lot of games, we're not using big pointy arrows to say go here or go here. We're just, like, slowly revealing something to them. So it's mostly just about picking up the cues for the player.
Right. So the games expands. It's coming. Well, what can we play it on? First of all, when's it coming?
It's coming out next year. It'll be available on Mac, Linux, and PC. We're hoping to get it to other platforms as well, but at the moment, that's all we can announce.
Okay, awesome. Well, best of luck with the day. It's just people have just started to come in here, so I'm sure it's just going to really fill up over the next 2 days. So, I hope you stay sane, guys.